In-cab air brake inspection. I'm going to start by turning it on, make sure all of my gauges are responsive. Let everything cycle as it's supposed to. Now I'm going to turn the truck on so I can start building air. So I'm going to start by making sure that my windows go up and down properly, and then I'm going to leave them down so I can listen for the sound of the governor to cut out, which will happen anywhere from 105 to 135 psi. As you can see they're building. I'll listen for that sound. My seat is mounted securely. It's adjusted to myself. My seat belt clicks in, clicks out. There's no damage to it. Check yours as well, please. My mirrors, my side mirrors and my hood mirrors are free of any damage. There's no cracks. They're adjusted to myself. My steering wheel is adjusted to myself. There's no excessive play. If you want me to do the horn, let's check the city horn and the air horn. Both are working properly. I'm going to cycle through and check my battery. That's the sound of my governor unloading. I'm going to cycle through, check my battery. It's showing 14.0 volts, so my alternator is charging the battery. I'm going to check all of the lights on my dash, starting with the left blinker, the right blinker, the four-way flashers, and my lights are working, and the high beam is all working on the dash. My windshield wipers and fluid both working properly. We'll go through my gauges. I have my oil temperature, front and rear axle temperature gauges all working properly. My tachometer and my water temperature working properly. My fuel and depth fluid gauges working properly. My speedometer, which I can show you when we start driving. Oil pressure working properly. My primary and secondary air tank gauges working properly. Transmission temperature. Over here I have my trailer brake hand application. I also have my air application gauges for the truck and the trailer. My turbo gauge and my air suspension gauge. I have 3 differential locks. They're all in the unlocked position. Suspension air, which is in auto, and fifth wheel slide is in the locked position. I'm going to check that my defroster is working, which it is. While I'm there, I'm going to make sure that my dash is securely mounted. There's nothing on here that's going to be sliding around, no obstructions. Check my dome light, which is working properly. Check my map light, that's working properly. I'd ask if they could check that one as well. That's working properly. So now I'm going to release my brakes. The wheels are chocked, so I can do this safely. And I'm going to bring the air pressure down so I can listen for the sound of the governor to cut back in. Should be around 85 psi. Press cut back in, and just to show that my needles will build air, I'm going to rev up the engine a little bit and just watch the needles start to go up. So my governor is working properly. I'm building air. Now I'm going to shut the engine off and turn it back on for all my gauges. And I'm going to do my 1-minute pressure test. My needles have settled. I'm going to apply pressure to the brakes. I'm going to wait for the needles to settle. Now I'm going to start my timer for 1 minute. Within 1 minute, if I had a single unit, a bobtail, I shouldn't lose more than 3 psi. In a double unit like this one, I shouldn't lose any more than 4 psi. And if I had 2 trailers, triple unit, no more than 6 psi. So I'm going to hold this pressure for 1 minute and just make sure those needles don't drop. So that's 1 minute, and I didn't lose any air, so that passes the 1 minute test. I'm going to start fanning down my brakes to show that my low air warning will come on. Should come on around 60 to 65 psi. That's my low air warning. I'm going to continue fanning down until my brakes dynamite, which should happen between 25 and 45 psi. My trailer dynamited, just going to keep going until my tractor also dynamites. So both brakes have dynamite. I'm going to get out and check the rear axle, make sure the brakes are fully applied. Both of my brakes are fully applied, so that means they've successfully take out my glad hand, so I can check my tractor protection valve. While I'm here, I'm going to check the gaskets on the glad hands and on the truck. I'm also going to check my electrical pins, make sure those are all securely in place. I'm going to go back into the truck. To check my tractor protection valve, I'm going to apply brakes and listen for any air coming out of the glad hands. So there's no air coming out, which means my tractor protection valve is working properly. Put the glad hands back on. Back into the truck. My tractor protection valve is working properly. I'm going to turn my truck back on so that I can start building air again. So I'm going to be ready to start my timer. I'm going to rev up the engine to about 1200 RPM. And when my first needle hits 50, I'm going to start my timer. When they both reach 90, I'll stop my timer. I should be able to build from 50 to 90 psi within 3 minutes. So I'll just wait for the first needle to reach 50. Just right about there. So I'll start my timer. And while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to look on the floor, check for any obstructions. I'm clear, nothing's going to be rolling around. In my overhead compartments, everything is secure, nothing's going to be flowing out on us. My logbook is here and all my insurance documents are up there. Have gone over 90. I'm at about 59 seconds, so that's well within 3 minutes. I'm going to release my brakes again so I can do my mechanical inspection. My wheels are chocked for safety. I'm going to shut off the engine, and this completes my in-cab inspection.